What's going on, everybody? Top 10 Pokemon back. Happy New Year to all of you. For this video, we will be doing yet another rendition of our top Pokemon card auctions of the week. This week's topic is the Great Flood that will probably be occurring, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week, but I think within the next 6 months to a year, we will be seeing a tremendous flood of certain cards come through from PSA submissions. I come across a couple auctions this week that were very interesting, yet slightly disturbing. We'll get to that towards the end of this video. So this week we saw a lot of cards come through that were kind of resuscitated. They had a little CPR done to them since last week's auction blunders. So we'll go over all that. And we also had a lot of auction disparities between certain cards. There was cards with the same grades that fetched much different prices from one another. We're going to go over that as well. Before I get started, as always, please subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. So without further ado, let's get started with our first auction of the week. And as always, we're going to touch on some modern product before we get into the vintage. So here we have a Pikachu VMAX Secret Rare PSA 10. We got a couple of these to go over that come through an auction. The first one went for $1,550. The second one went for $1,700. And the third one I've seen come through at an even $2,000. So in the past few weeks, I've seen these cards come through, but a majority of them, if not all of them, seem to be relisted. But none of these that I've seen did not seem to be relisted. So these are some pretty tremendous prices for this card. The population report for the PSA 10 copies of this card is 103 examples. So still fairly low in the pop report for this Pikachu VMAX. But we're going to keep an eye on this card, see where it goes. But $2,000 is not a bad price for this card. But I don't see this card holding that value as more and more of these PSA 10s come out for this card. But like I said, we'll keep an eye on it, see where it goes from there. Up next, we had the Black Label Charizard GX from Hidden Fates. Now, this is the same card that I touched on from my previous video of the top 10 Hidden Fates cards, or top 10 expensive Hidden Fates cards. This one went for $4,850 this week. Now, this might be the highest populated Black Label card of all time. I'm going to pull it up here. There are 178 Black Label Charizard GX cards from this set. So I have never seen a card have more Black Label copies than this, but still, even at that population, it still managed to go for $4,850. This is becoming a very iconic card, to say the least. Up next, we have a first edition Eevee from Jungle. Now, last week, as you recall, it went for below $200 as a PSA 10. This card was just phenomenally priced a couple months ago. So it did come back a little bit here. It went for $217.50 this week. So that's definitely much better for the less than $200 that we saw last week. The Pikachu, first edition Pikachu from Jungle, had a surprising auction end this week. One went for $510. So this one's definitely picking up some pace. It's very surprising for how populated this card is. It is one of the first Pikachus ever made in the English TCG. So yeah, $510. I was surprised that it's still getting that kind of price. All right, up next we have a couple of very interesting auctions I want to go over. We had a couple of these come through the PWCC auction. These are Beckett Pristine 10 Pokemon Poker Set playing cards. We had a Typhlosion here that went for $510. And it is the Two of Hearts. If you look at the back of these cards, it's got a Lugia, very cool. And then we had another one come through. It was an Espeon that also got a Pristine 10. It went for $676. And it was the Five of Hearts. So I have never seen these cards ever, and especially in a BGS 10 condition. So these cards must be easy to grade, maybe? I don't know. I've never seen them before. Let me know what y'all think of those. I thought that was very interesting. I'd like to see the whole set of those, and what they all go for, and what other Pokemon were included in that set. But pretty interesting. Never seen anything like it. Up next, we have a Black Star Eevee Holo. Now, if y'all don't know, this is a very low population card. I think it says, yeah, this is population 1 of 15. Very difficult card to grade. That went for $7,119. I know from watching TCA Gaming, he sent in just countless of these cards and never seemed to get back a PSA 10 because it's so difficult, and he ended up buying one. But yeah, this EV is notoriously hard to grade, as evidenced by its very low population of PSA 10s. Here we have a first edition Vaporeon from Jungle Set, Holo. They went for $7,600. This is definitely the highest value evolution from that set, it seems. It must be the most difficult to grade. I think it is the lowest pop. But yeah, $7,600 for Vaporeon. Very nice. Here we have from EX Dragon, we have a Charizard Holo. We had a couple of these come through. The first one was for $2,969, and the second one went for $2,982 for a PSA 10 copy. So I keep an eye on these because I'm sending in one of these for my buddy that seems to be a 9 or 10 potential, so I'm kind of keeping an eye on the price of what to expect if it does come back as a PSA 10. So yeah, that was interesting. Up next, we have a Charizard EX Holo from Fire Red Leaf Green. Now, for some reason, there was a ton of these that come through this week. I don't know why, but let me go through them. We had one go for $7,600. Another one go for $7,200. These are all PSA 10s. Another one go for $5,100. Another one go for $7,100. And yeah, another one go for $7,100. So yeah, this one here that went for $5,100, I'm not sure why. It is an older label, but I was looking at the back of it. It seems to be a very strong 10. All of these seem to be, they look very good, so I'm not sure why this one got, over $2,000 less for a PSA 10 copy. But yeah, 5 of these come through this week in auction. I don't know why it was such a popular card in the market, but yeah, so it seemed to be averaging over $7,000, except for this one here that went for $5,100. All right, up next from EX Power Keepers, you got the Charizard Holo here that went for $3,161. And like I said before, I'm not the biggest fan of this card. It doesn't even look like a holo to me. I don't know. Not the biggest fan of this card, but $3,000+ is still a nice price for it. All right, continuing on the Charizard train this week, we have the Dark Charizard First Edition Holo. Now, last week, I believe this card in a PSA 10 went for $5,100, and we were worried about it getting below the $5,000 mark, but this week, it got revived a little bit, come up to $6,100 for this copy. We had a Blaine's Charizard First Edition Holo from Gym Challenge come through this week at $8,600. So that was another card last week that was slipping quite a bit, but it seemed to come back up in this PWCC auction. Also from PWCC, we had the Charizard Holo from the Evolution set. A very difficult card to grade from that set that went for $3,900. And then we had another Charizard Holo PSA 10 from Evolutions go for $4,951. So once again, a huge disparity there. We had a one go for $3,900 and then one go for $4,900. Same grade, same card. They both look very nice. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something, but that is quite a bit, $1,000 difference for those two cards. All right, so let's touch on some first edition base. We had a first edition Yellow Cheeks Pikachu from base set, PSA 10, that went for $1,913.88. And then right after that, we had a Sweet Cheeks Pikachu here that went for $6,400 as a PSA 10. So this Red Cheeks Pikachu was pretty close to $10,000 at one time. Maybe it was even $10,000. So, I mean, $6,400 is still a very impressive price. So I just wanted to highlight that here. We had a first edition Venusaur. We had a lot of first edition base set holos come through. So I just wanted to touch on a couple here. We had the Venusaur Holo PSA 10 that went for $22,615. And then right after that, we had, of course, the Blastoise PSA 10 first edition that went for $31,975. Man. So yeah, this Blastoise seems to be ranging in the $30,000 area as of late, so that's probably where it's going to stay for the time being. A couple of booster boxes here to go through. We had a first edition Gym Heroes booster box sealed, go for $13,211. So yeah, that's not too shabby. But we had another one come through in PWCC that went for $12,600. So it seems to be between $12,000 and $13,000 is where this box is landing sealed. we had a Team Rocket box. This made a comeback this week, at least in PWCC. It went for $25,100. I was very surprised because, you know, at the peak of this box, back in the little boom we had a couple months ago, this is getting about $20,000. And then it went back down to like 15. This week, for some reason, $25,100 for a first edition sealed Team Rocket box. And the last booster box we're going to go through is the base set unlimited box that went for a whopping $28,900. So the Team Rocket box and the base set unlimited box really spiked up here in the PWCC auctions this week. All right, now on to the very interesting and concerning auctions that I come across here. We have a lot of 50 Pikachu cards from Jungle Set, all raw, that are labeled as near mint to mint, that went for $127. Now, what's interesting about this is this was not the only lot. There was another lot. This is all from the same seller. So keep track of these cards, okay? Keep track of how many Pikachus. Ready? We had another one come through. 50 card lot for $157. Another one come through. Another 50 Pikachus that went for $178. 22 more Pikachus for $187. 50 more Pikachus for $204. And then last but not least, we had another lot of 50 Pikachus for $222.50. So if y'all kept track, I do believe that was 277 raw near mint to mint Pikachu cards that come through. Now what's interesting about that is that there was 277 of them, and guess where those Pikachus are going? Just guess. You think it's going in a binder collection? No, those are very likely going to be sent right off to PSA. So we're going to see a splurge here coming out of PSA 7, 8, 9, or even 10 of the Jungle Unlimited Pikachus. So be very careful when you're investing in these graded unlimited Jungle Pikachus, because clearly there is a lot of availability of these Pikachus in their raw form. I could not believe, I have never seen that many raw Jungle Pikachus come through in auction. That's quite a bit. And like I said, if I was the buyer of those, I'd probably be sending them off to PSA. That's just me. I don't know why you just want to keep a stack of 277 Pikachus. So we're likely to see a lot of these cards, even the first edition Pikachus from Jungle, go through, get submitted through PSA, and it's probably going to flood the market here within the next 6 months to a year. So we'll see what happens. Well, let me know what you think of that. That was very eye-catching auction to me. I had to touch on that. That's all I got for you today. What did you think of all these auctions this week? Please like the video. Please subscribe. Thank you so much. Hope you all are having a happy new year, and I will see you in the next video.